Herkese selam arkadaşlar. Bugün sizlerle Ice Black Clouds'a kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Hatırlarsanız bir önceki bölümde bir kayıt izlemiştik. O kayıttan sonra da bölüm bitmişti. Yani deneme sürümü olduğu için, full sürüm olmadığı için bitmişti. Şimdi ben full sürümünü indirdim. Oradan devam edeceğiz. Şöyle oyuna devam et diyelim. Bu kaydı izlemiştik ve oyun bitmişti. Tekrar bu kayıttan devam edeceğiz. Ben buraya kadar geldim. Ve papaz Peter'la konuşacaktık. Ama ondan önce bu kaydı bir izlemiştik. Aha da bu ablamızın evinden almıştık. Ben bu ablamızdan şüpheleniyorum ya, hayırlısı.
I understand that, of course. But can you explain to me why you think a dead person is talking to you?
Ölü biri mi konuşuyormuş onunla?
Talk to me. She puts thoughts in my mind.
How is this affecting you?
I feel her here every day, especially at night.
Şeyde
As though I'm
günlüğünde de
always being watched.
takip ediliyorum demişti.
What she used to say was comforting. But now it's things that frighten me.
I'm concerned that this imaginary friend is affecting your emotions so much.
Imaginary. She is as real as you are.
Please, keep talking to me, Emily. It's important you explain this.
I can't.
Why not?
Because she's right there, standing behind you.
Abi bunun gördüğü ne ya? Bizim gördüğümüz şeyle aynı şey mi acaba? Aynen, burada bitmişti. Şimdi tam sürüm indirdik. Devam edelim.
Hello and welcome.
Evet, papaz
Ben
Peter'a
Peter.
geldik.
Peter,
Peter değil.
It's
Ha
Christina,
bu
isn't it? How can I be of help?
There are a few things I wanted to ask you.
şey
Well,
yazılar büyük seçtim ama bu Peter ilk bölümde Emily'nin cenazesindeki Peter.
after a bereavement, people often want answers.
Neler olduğunu anlamak istiyorum.
It's about Emily. I just wanted to better understand what happened.
Friends and family have all
Arkasındaki o beyaz şeyi açalım mı? Böyle mi daha iyi? Şöyle mi daha iyi?
sorts of feelings after an event like this.
Lan altyazıyı mı kapattık? Bir dakika. Açık. Açık abi.
Guilt is very common.
Düz çok yaygın. Hayalet mi?
Emily talked about seeing ghosts here in the village. And it's something that I've experienced as well.
It's very common after a death like this to have such experiences. Even for those that don't believe in the paranormal.
I thought that too, but this is something different.
Maybe it has something to do with the story of Agnes.
Agnes.
Agnes.
Agnes ne ya?
It's a local legend. It dates back to the 18th century.
Şeyde daha önce izlediğimiz kayıtta da Emily Agnes demişti. Bağırmıştı hatta. Bakalım neymiş.
She was a maid who worked in the Lord's estate. Her parents brought her over from Sweden when they came to work here. The The story goes that she had an affair with the Lord. When she fell pregnant, he was horrified that she wanted to legitimize the relationship. It was all very different back then, of course.
Peki o ne yapmış? Kimse ona yardım etmemiş mi?
So what did she do?
Well, when she refused to back down, he threw her out. It was very cruel. Her parents weren't around for her, and as a single pregnant woman back then, your choices were very limited. Out of options and without any hope, she threw herself into the lake on the Lord's estate, drowned herself and the unborn child.
And that's
Oh.
where the ghost stories come from.
Thanks, Anne. Bye. Not exactly. It's said that she cursed the area with her death, and that her spirit returns to taunt young women into taking their own lives.
Vay.
It's all nonsense, of course.
But there are more suicides here than normal.
Some areas are more prone to this than others. The sad fact is, suicide hotspots occur more often than you'd think.
Saçma diyor ama
And
Tam-
having a local legend like this only adds to the
Emily'nin
problem.
yaşadığı da bu
Plays
durum
into
yani.
people's neuroses. Doesn't help that Alexander keeps talking about it. He's the Lord's descendant.
He lives here in the village.
Yes. The estate's had the same family and for hundreds of years. I wouldn't recommend talking to him about this. It's not the kind of thing you want to hear when you've just lost a friend in the way that you have. It can be a little bit grumpy too.
gideceğiz abi, yapacak bir şey yok. Çünkü bu hayalet olayı bize de dadandı, biliyorsunuz, biz de gördük. Yani geldik galiba, aynen. Malikaneye bak abi. Ürkütücü durmuyor mu sizce? Kimse yok mu?
Hello, Alexander?
Yes, what do you want?
I believe I met a colleague of yours today, Dominique. She mentioned to me that you worked at the clinic. I was hoping I could ask you some questions.
Very well. Come in.
Thank you.
De iyi misafirperver çıktı, bu nasıl ya? Evet, ne istiyorsun?
This is my friend Emily. She passed away recently.
Yes. I was at the clinic when your friend was there, but purely in an advisory capacity. I couldn't comment on her treatment.
Klinik neden kapandı?
Why did the clinic close?
No. A series of patient disappearances. Suicides.
Bak yine
Over the
intihar.
years, it led to its closure.
And anything else?
There was nothing wrong with the treatment there. It was the building that was cursed.
So you believe there's some truth in this curse?
Oh, yes. This house has been under dark clouds for hundreds of years. Ever since my ancestor foolishly impregnated that stupid maid.
Onu gördünüz mü diyeyim. Yani
Have
şimdi
you
burada
seen her?
Of course. She haunted this house for years, burning the life out of anybody who lived under its roof. Yeah. The good Reverend hasn't told you the full story.
bak, kendi bildi papazdan öğrendiğimizi.
My ancestor was an arrogant man. He was also stupid. A man in his position should never have gone near one of his domestic staff. I mean, a maid, for goodness sake. I suppose her being Swedish must have added an air of exoticism.
Hayda. Evet. Lord'a bak ya. Aha kadın gördü. Evet, buraya geçersek bir iyi olacak.
Of course, the inevitable happened. Usually these things are handled discreetly, but for some reason she thought he would acknowledge her as the father of her child. A preposterous idea back then. She had to leave, of course.
How can you do this to me? How can you do this to me?
Yani bu büyük bir
Okej! Jag går! Men jag hatar dig för att du gör det här med mig! Förbanna dig och ditt hus!
Yani bu büyük bir şerefsizlik ya.
The other staff turned their backs on her. Nobody in the village would help. Quite alone, with no family to turn to, she was left with almost no choice.
Yalnız hikaye çok güzel, etkileyici ya.
They say that a soul that dies in a state of rage leaves a curse. Well, Agnes cursed us all that day.
So people believe these deaths were because of her.
Records in this house were very carefully kept. Particularly so on an estate so heavily reliant on agriculture. The phases of the moon were noted. Agnes's death was remarked on at the time because of the blood moon that appeared in the sky on the night of her death.
A lunar eclipse.
Indeed. 2 years on, and Agnes was barely remembered until the next blood moon appeared in the sky. That night, a maid in the house swore she'd seen Agnes on the stairs, whispering to her. The days went on, and she became more and more hysterical, claiming she heard Agnes speaking to her wherever she went. The next morning, the estate steward found the maid hanging from a tree. After that, we grew to fear the appearance of a blood moon.
Even now.
Let me show you something.
Abi bir dakika. Şu an acayip gidiyor. Bir dakika abi. Bu lanetli Agnes göle atmış kendini. ve kanlı ay tutulması dedi. Yani ay tutulmasında bir olay yaşanıyor ve diğer hizmetçi de ay tutulmasındaki, yani bir sonraki ay tutulmasında onu gördüğünü iddia ediyor ve fısıltılar doymaya başlıyor ve intihar ediyor. Şimdi bizim Emily de diğer bölümlerde izleyecek olursanız, kayıtta da belirttiği gibi, günlükte de yazdığı gibi, bir şeyler duyduğunu, bir şeyler korktuğunu söylemişti. Ve kendini asarak öldürdü, biliyorsunuz. Yani bu lanetli Agnes'ın
Out
laneti
there
yüzünden
used to be
büyük ihtimalle
the
o da gitti.
outbuildings that the servants lived in.
What happened?
I had it burned to the ground. When one of the servants started complaining about a woman who'd be seen in the building at night, I'd finally had enough.
Geri geldi mi?
Did she ever come back?
I had the grounds of the house lined with salt. She never returned.
But has she been seen in the village?
Oh, yes. By the lake where she died. I really don't recommend you go there.
I just want to know if she had anything to do with what happened to my friend.
Look, I hope you find your answers. But if I were you, I'd leave this accursed place.
Evet. Burada kalalım arkadaşlar. 16 dakika olmuş, hatta 17 dakika olmuş. Valla oyun çok süper gidiyor. Çok süper gidiyor. Merak ediyorum. İyice ortalık karıştı. Lanetli Agnes çıktı, bilmem ne çıktı filan. Oyun hikayesi şu ana kadar çok güzel ilerliyor. Ben de merak ediyorum açıkçası. Herhalde bir sonraki bölüm o lanetli göle gideceğimizi düşünüyorum. Biz durmayız yani, oraya gideceğizdir. Konuşamadım. Gidecekizdir. Bakalım oraya gidince neler yaşayacağız, neler göreceğiz. Bilmiyorum ama bu bölüm burada bitti. Sizden bu videoya bol bol beğeni bekliyorum. Yorum ve düşüncelerinizi bekliyorum arkadaşlar bu oyun hakkında. Nasıl gidiyor serimiz, hikaye? Beğeniyor musunuz bunları? Yorumlarla belirtirseniz okurum. Onun dışında kanalıma abone değilseniz abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki videoda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın. Kendinize iyi bakın. Bay bay.